Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
General advice disclaimer. The information provided and made available through this podcast does not constitute financial advice. The information is of a general nature only and does not take into account your individual objectives, financial situation, or needs. It should not be used, relied upon, or treated as a substitute for specific professional advice. We recommend that you obtain your own independent professional advice before making any decision in relation to your particular requirements or circumstances. Positive Tax Solutions and its representatives do not warrant the accuracy, completeness, or currency of the information provided on and made available through this podcast.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. It's Tax Tuesday. I'm Daniel McPherson, and today we're diving into a crucial topic, managing cash flow. But before we dive in, I'd like to let you all know that the Property Summit is on the Gold Coast from the 13th to the 15th of June. So this is for anyone who's interested in elevating your understanding of the Australian property market, strategies for lifelong wealth through investment. There'll be industry acclaimed guest speakers. Our expert 6-star team will be there as well, and some great opportunities for networking with experts and like-minded people. So reserve your tickets at the link, and we'll drop that into the chat. It's going to be educational and inspirational. So let's check out the video.
All right, this is going to be fun. Who has played the property game before? Who has been in the game? Who's never played the property game before? Oh, you're in for a treat. Who likes Monopoly? Did anyone like Monopoly when they were a kid? Well, this is Monopoly in real life in this room. Every hour or so, you guys are going to be up and you're going to be running around the room like maniacs trying to play the property game and win the property game.
Today, I wanted to share the lessons, the mistakes, and the wins.
I want everybody to put up their hands who knows their interest rates on all their loans right now.
If you haven't seen me around before, like 13 years in the industry, in property management specifically.
Who likes paying tax? If you need help finding somewhere to donate, I'm sure I can find somewhere else where it can go.
We've got an expression in that, let's go and make new mistakes in the world. Who wants to make new mistakes?
These are just strategic moves that can make such a big difference.
So obviously buy well, never sell. Definitely the majority of what everyone's looking to do is collect some A-grade assets, B-grade assets, whatever it might be.
I loved the idea of being a property investor and developing that identity.
Collectively, they have way more years experience in everything that you think you're trying to solve. Because they do it every single day.
All right, so it should be a great event. Hopefully you can all get along and we can catch up. Okay, so managing cash flow. So whether you're an investor, small business owner, understanding and managing it is essential for your financial success. So let's dive in. We're going to talk about both the small business owners and investors. We're going to talk about business owners first. So you and I'm including myself in this because I'm also a business owner. We make up some impressive statistics, which I'll share with you. So we make up almost 98% of businesses in Australia, contribute almost a third of Australia's GDP, and employ almost 42% of the country's private workforce. So they're some pretty impressive numbers. And I guess for being the backbone of the Australian economy, there must be some pretty good incentives to go into business. I wish there were. Unfortunately, we're not seeing a lot come through at the moment from our policies coming through. But I guess on top of the significant regulation, legislation and taxation, it'd appear that both sides of politics are kind of doing all they can to drive small business to its knees. And combine this with significant increases in costs. Obviously, some sectors have been hit harder than others. And the result is for the year ending November last year, insolvencies were up 57%. Now, I work a lot with small business owners, and I've seen even profitable businesses fail because of one thing, and that's poor cash flow management. So let's first start with the basics. So what is cash flow? Simply put, it's the cash flow is the movement of money in and out of your business or investment portfolio. So positive cash flow means more money coming in than going out, while negative cash flow means the opposite. And managing cash flow effectively really ensures that you've got enough liquidity to cover your expenses, invest in opportunities that pop up, and then grow your wealth. So it seems pretty simple, right? I guess to use an analogy, cash is kind of the blood. If the cash stops flowing or you lose too much, the person dies. And it's the same for a business or investor. So important to keep in mind when it comes to cash also that $1 now is worth more than $1 in the future. And the reason for that is inflation. So logically, we want to receive our cash as soon as possible and delay and push out our payments for as far out as possible as well. Okay, so I'm going to go over some strategies to help with the managing the cash flow from not only a business perspective, but also from an investor perspective as well, particularly if you're a leveraged investor, because this can compound issues rather than someone who has no borrowings. So first up, we want to monitor and forecast our cash flow regularly. We can use accounting software to track your income and expenses in real time. Regularly reviewing and forecasting your cash flow statements will help you identify any trends or potential issues before they become significant problems. So consider setting up weekly or monthly reviews to sort of stay on top of the situation. And this proactive approach will help you make informed decisions and avoid any surprises down the road. So an example of this might be through your forecasting, you identify that you've got a shortfall for a period. So knowing this and having this knowledge can then you can act and get maybe some lending or something online to get you through that period where it's going to be negative. So for business owners, I guess this is something that we're seeing a lot of at the moment. We want to see that you're ensuring that you're invoicing your clients promptly, following up on any overdue payments. Consider even offering some incentives for early payment or implementing late fees for overdue invoices. So it's really to try and encourage your clients to pay on time and pay quickly, as this will improve your cash flow and get the cash in the door quicker. Additionally, using automated systems, there's heaps of programs can streamline the process and also reduce any likelihood of errors as well. So remember, the faster you get paid, the better your cash flow will be. Now, I guess this is something that's happening a lot at the moment, particularly in the current environment. We're having delayed customer payments, and this can have a significant impact on your cash flow as well. So be clear with your payment terms and do follow up on the overdue invoices. I guess building strong relationships with your customers can also encourage timely payments as well. And for small businesses, we're seeing a bit of a cascading effect of these delayed customer payments. So a good example we're kind of seeing is in the construction industry. So a developer might be late paying a builder. The builder then doesn't pay the contractors, and then these contractors can't pay workers. So it's a real issue, and the consideration of this is crucial, I guess, in managing your cash flow and looking for any unexpected things to pop up. And then we want to look at managing our expenses wisely. I know it seems obvious, but keeping your expenses under control by creating a budget, sticking to it, look for ways for reducing costs without compromising the quality of your product or service. For example, this might be negotiating better terms for your supplier or finding maybe a more cost-effective alternative. And regularly reviewing these expenses to sort of identify areas where you can cut costs and have some small savings. This will really add up over time. And we do sort of see that a lot of businesses, it's almost like a bit of a leak where we have all these additional subscriptions and things like that that sort of cost and add up over time as well. Now, on the flip side, we want to receive the income as quickly as possible and aim to delay payables as long as possible without incurring any penalties or damaging our relationships with suppliers. So this might include negotiating longer payment terms. So working with your supplier to negotiate the payment terms that you have. This gives you more time to use cash for other purposes before paying those bills. Taking advantage of any grace periods. So if your suppliers offer a grace period, use this to your advantage. Just make sure you pay before the deadline. And using credit wisely. So sometimes we'll see people use a business credit card or a line of credit to effectively extend your payment period. You just have to make sure that you manage your credit to avoid any interest rate and additional fees that's going to cost you more than what you would save. So while it's the goal to get money in quick and pay out slow, it is still essential to manage the approach, maintain good relationships with your customers and your suppliers, and keep the communication transparent. So you want to keep your lines of communication open with both customers and suppliers, because at the end of the day, transparency builds trust, and then you're actually going to get more favorable payment terms. Okay, the next thing we want to do is maintain a cash reserve. So having a cash reserve will help you get through some of these unexpected expenses or in periods of downturn. So aim to set aside enough money to cover sort of at least 3 to 6 months worth of operating expenses. This is like a bit of a financial cushion. Will definitely provide you a bit of peace of mind and stability, particularly when things are volatile, a bit like at the moment. It's really just an emergency fund for your business. So ensuring that you can continue to operate when cash flow is tight or something unexpected happens. And the next one is financing our options strategically, or using finance strategically. So using lines of credit, business loans to manage cash flow gaps. We just have to be cautious that is what we're doing, is managing the cash flow gap and then not actually overextending. We need to evaluate the terms and the interest rates carefully before we go in, as we do for any lending, and make sure that we have the strategy in place to use those funds and how we're going to pay that back. Now, also many businesses experience pretty predictable sort of busy and slow periods throughout the year. So, for example, retail might be busy through the Christmas period. Construction companies, I guess, you normally see sort of flows in the warmer months as people can work longer or when the weather's better. And these fluctuations can create the cash flow gaps that need to be managed. So planning ahead, setting aside the extra, having a lending or a credit process in place will definitely get you through. So let's shift our focus to investors. This is equally important for those to take advantage of opportunities and, I guess, meeting your wealth goals. So we'll go through a couple of strategies for investors. And the first one, I think Alex spoke about this on another episode, but diversifying your investment. So diversification helps spread the risk, can provide a more stable cash flow, investing in a mix of asset classes. This approach can help sort of mitigate the impact of volatility on different markets and thereby affecting your overall cash flow. So having it spread across different asset classes, you reduce the risk of significant losses and sort of create multiple income streams as well. I want to focus on income generating investments. So investments that generate regular income. So that might be paying dividends. We've obviously got rental properties, bonds, term deposits. So having a steady stream of cash to reinvest or cover expenses is key. And evaluating the yield and stability of these investments to make sure that they align with your goals and what you're trying to achieve. And reinvesting dividends and interest can also help as well. I mean, the power of compounding, we all know. So this makes just taking advantage of the cash coming in to reinvest it, particularly for those investments that you don't need the cash out of straight away. So something to consider there. And it's always important to monitor and review your investment portfolio, making sure it aligns with your goals and risk tolerance, and making adjustments where you need to. And then the final one is planning for taxes. So being mindful of the implications of your investments with tax. So work with your tax professional, develop strategies that minimize your tax liability and maximize your after-tax cash flow. So this might include utilizing losses, ensuring that you've got a capital gains tax strategy in place. But really, at the end of the day, effective tax planning will significantly improve your cash flow and keep more money in your pocket and less going to the ATO. So whether you're a small business owner, investor, managing cash flow is a critical aspect, I guess, of your financial success. Monitor it regularly, manage expenses, and make strategic financial decisions can all help make sure you've got the liquidity to achieve your goals and get through the volatile times as well. So thanks everyone for another episode. Hopefully these tips on managing cash flow are helpful. If you do have any questions or topics that you'd like us to cover in future, please do feel to reach out. But thanks everyone and have a great day.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6 Star team here at positivementor.com.au.